been making a little progress?
He skated today, which is a good start for him. Yeah. I obviously haven't had a chance to talk to him or the training staff, but just being on the ice helps.
Fleury's going pretty well. You were able to beat Carey Price the other day. Are there similarities between the two of them, or how do you approach?
Well, they're both having tremendous years. 9 shutouts. That speaks volumes of his ability and how well he's playing this season. But I think that's more, that's Fleury, but that's also a team mentality. When I talked to the group this morning, when you think Pittsburgh, you think dynamic offensive players, one-on-one skill, power play, and they are that, but they haven't given up very much. And because we play in a different conference and we haven't seen them yet this year, our group had to be reminded of that.
So does your game plan change at all with them changing up, playing a little different style maybe?
No, we'll approach it similarly. Where the track meet in the past maybe favored them, they still have that ability to go. In watching some of the games, Malkin creates turnovers and he's gone the other way, and they've got that skill and that ability. That's still there. It's just they're not giving you anything for free anymore. So offensively, we know what's ahead of us. We know what it's going to feel like in the D zone. We know it's tougher to get pucks to the net, and then when they get there, they're better around their net. So there's a lot of things defensively they're doing better, but we're not going to change our approach. But we also are aware that a track meet probably doesn't favor our team; it favors their team.
Todd, knowing that you have to go on a run here with 16 games left, and the guys know it, and you know it, and we all know it, how do you keep that out of your preparation for just the moment?
It's getting harder as the size or remaining size of schedule diminishes, because players are they're human. They're looking at the standings. They figure out how many games are left. I try and not talk about it a lot, but they're doing it, and it gets tougher and tougher as the schedule diminishes. But if we look at it as a big chunk of games rather than one at a time, I think we have less chance of success. We have to deal with the moment, the period. You look at the game the other day, we're playing a great first period and we let it slip right at the end, and now we got our hands full. So we've got to take it a period at a time and really a shift at a time. Anything larger or a bigger sample than that isn't going to work.
Todd, PK struggled now for a few weeks. Is there anything in particular that you think you guys can tweak or fix to improve it?
I think we need to be aggressive, but with 4, not with 3 or 2, because when you're aggressive without all the pieces, it really opens up a lot of holes. Face-off wise, we're not winning as many face-offs as we have on the penalty kill in the past. So we spend more time in our zone, and quite frankly, taking fewer penalties. When we look at I think I talked about this the other day. We took 5 minors against Vancouver. 5 minors against this team diminishes our opportunity of success greatly tonight.
Todd, Sid still hasn't scored a goal against San Jose, which is kind of amazing. But is there anything that you can point to here in this building that when he's been in the lineup that you've done well against him?
It's really hard to analyze that because we only play him once a year, and the circumstances are always different. They're either coming in here fresh or they're at the back end of a road trip playing back to back. He's a tremendous player that is going to have success eventually, and I know last time we were in Pittsburgh, he was quite good. So, to surmise what we've done over the past 2 or 3 games over 3 or 4 years to have success, I don't think it's fair to Sid or to our group to evaluate it that way.
What about the 11-game winning streak at home against Pittsburgh? What do you make of that? Are there certain places? Now, you guys have trouble in certain places where you go to also.
Yeah, it probably is that. The 11-game streak, that would be 11 years worth. We should probably ask Patty about it because he's the only one that's been involved the whole time. Like, some of us weren't even in the league. Some of our guys probably were in elementary school still when that started. So I don't think it's relative to tonight's battle by any means.
How dangerous is a player like Crosby, and what do you have to do against him?
I think that that's you know, we could probably all answer that question here. He's extremely dangerous all over the rink. And what happens is you focus on him, and number 71 appears in the next shift, and he can do it just as well. So it's going to be a team game. We're not going to get the right players on the ice all the time because they have a double whammy when it comes to an attack. So whoever you're on the ice against, you better perform well and manage the puck properly.
That's good. Thanks, Todd.